So so weird when that lady says that. Anyway,
Right.
what is up, world? John Shoot here with another Puff Creative podcast. Today, I have the pleasure of being with Vince Giardina. He is the CEO, co-founder of the Wake Up Project, which is a suicide awareness nonprofit. Vince, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for joining, man. I know we've been talking a lot lately. We just launched a suicide prevention guide. We'll touch on that in a little bit. And Vince, you were in Orlando, Florida at the moment, right?
Yes, sir. I'm currently going to school for my MBA, and trying to, spread the Wake Ups mission down here in the wakeboard community as well.
Nice, nice. We're trying to spread it worldwide at this point, but that's awesome that you got your feet down in Florida. Just to give people a little background, Vince and I grew up really close to one another. He lives in the same town as my wife. We both wakeboard on the same lake in the summer times in New Jersey. And I get to see Vince whenever I go home. And now that he's in Florida, we actually end up still crossing paths every now and then, which is nice. So Vince, tell us a little bit more about what exactly the Wake Up is and how that got started.
Yeah, so we started the Wake Up project in 2017, kind of by accident. Unfortunately, my 14-year-old cousin, Cole, who you were, fortunate enough to know for most of his life, he took his life in 2016. And, as a 14-year-old, I was just looking for ways to kind of help his group of friends through that. They were all 13, 14. And our first event was actually a day that we just took all his friends to the baseball fields to play baseball and kind of get their minds, off of the tragedy, and let them kind of grieve together, but also, see each other with smiles on their faces, which was, something that wasn't happening very often at that time. And next thing you know, we became like a little family. We started hosting more days with this group of friends, his sister, his brother, and hanging out just to help with the grieving process. And as you know, our town is very water sport centric, and summer
Yeah.
rolled around, and we were like, well, none of us are very good at baseball. Why don't we try doing this, behind the boat wakeboarding one day? And I thought we were just going to use one of the homeowners' boats on the lake and grill up some, cheeseburgers and hot dogs. And next thing you know, I started getting, small business sponsors, and it picked up on social media. And the day of our first wakeboard event in 2018, it all came together. We had a few hundred people out there. We had huge sponsors, and we ended up getting the attention of Malibu Boats, and
Huge.
one of their dealers, Chessie Marine in Maryland, drove a brand new 2018 model wakeboard boat up to the lake, and we used it for the day. And then going into 2019, everybody wanted to be a part of it. We had Ronix Wakeboard sign on as a major sponsor. Wawa, for those of you from New Jersey, you're all big fans of Wawa.
I don't know if all of our listeners know about Wawa, but they totally should.
Yeah, they absolutely should. They're missing out. But we ended up in 2 years of just bringing kids together to wakeboard. We raised a little over $25,000 just in the two events. That wasn't counting anything we did throughout the year, with our donations and whatnot. And once it started to pick up traction, I kind of decided that it might have organically, accidentally became something, but I wasn't going to waste that platform. Mental health and suicide preventions was important to me, before it struck so close. And once I kind of had that platform and that following, I decided that we had to, put all our resources into it, and make the Wake Up Project as big as we could, because that's really the only way you're going to make a difference, is by getting everyone involved.
Totally. Yeah, unfortunately, I've had the pleasure of being a part of this with you since the beginning. I know we helped get you set up with the website and social media and stuff, and that's kind of evolved over the years. I know we just integrated the e-commerce factor on there for donations to the nonprofit and the lighthouse that's on the lake where the contest is that we're trying to save at the moment, which is really cool. And I think it's admirable what you did for Cole's friends, and admirable, what you turned this into and where you're at now. Um, and recently, we just had the pleasure of working together on the suicide prevention guide. Um, and tell us your thoughts on that, and if why you're excited about that.
Yeah, no, I'm very excited. Absolutely. Since we started, the nonprofit side of the Wake Up Project and kind of moved to make a bigger difference than just, the wakeboard competition. The people I come across, they ask me about mental health tips, mental health awareness, different things about mental illness. And even though the stigma has started to go away from mental illness over the last few years, um, people are still very much in the dark about what mental illness is or what it means or how to cope with it. And um, I think it's more of just, the fact that they're uneducated. And, people that I meet at the events and things like that, they're always willing to learn. They're willing to listen to me. They want to know the warning signs. A lot of them have, children, and they want to make sure that they can, spot the signs if their kids are going through something or if their friends are going through something. Um, and the suicide prevention guide, it has all those warning signs to look out for. It has the resources that you can reach out to. And it's giving us that platform and that ability to share it, nationwide, worldwide.
Yeah,
Um,
instead
and
of just word of mouth, you can actually
exactly,
direct people somewhere. Yeah, and we just
because
got a ton of press on it as well recently, which is cool. So I mean, there could have been over 1 million eyes on those press releases, and hopefully half of those people at least go and click back to the guide itself. Um, so yeah, I'm just as excited as you are about it, and that's awesome.
uh,
Um, I know COVID was like kind of a factor in the contest, and it was cool that we were able to switch things to e-commerce, and you've done some digital campaigns on top of the prevention guide that we released. What's the anything going on in the future that people could be looking out for?
Yeah, we're absolutely, we still network in the wakeboard community. We still want to stick with our wakeboard competition, and potentially, in the future, grow that, because our main mission is still about using, water sports and getting people out in the sunshine and getting people out on the water as kind of like
Yeah,
that mental health refresher.
totally.
Everything is, the water and nature and being outside is all very good for your mental health. So look out for, over the next 6 months or so, us announcing a July 2022 competition, at Lenape Park and Mays Landing, as long as the local government is able to work with us. They
Yeah,
like to, do construction projects and stuff that kind of make it hard to find a venue and things like that. But no, we definitely want to get back to normal and make sure we're bringing the community together and having those types of events to spread awareness and, also just spread a little happiness at the same time.
for sure. And where's the best place for people to find you?
At the wonderful website that your team built for us. So, it's at thewakeup.com, the wake up with two P's. You can find all the information there. Our contact information's there. My name's Vince Giardino, and you can reach out to me on any social media platform as well. I'm always happy to answer questions and meet new people.
Cool. Yeah, and I'll be sure to plug the links to your profiles and the Wake Up profiles as well when we release the podcast. But Vince, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate you sharing your thoughts and telling us a little bit more about the Wake Up project. And I hope you have a great rest of the day, and look out for the Wake Up project in the future. 2022, it's coming. Of
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. And I appreciate all the work you guys are doing to help us spread the message.
course, man. Talk to you soon.
Thank you.